Namaste, hi, and all of you, welcome to Dino Innoices. This is your Mira here. As always, it's lovely to connect with each and every people whom I come across because we learn from each other. Yes, I always keep talking about this thing. We do so many things in the name of being independent, but yes, we always have yet another track that keeps running back of our mind or on the parallel lines for that matter. So, whatever I'm doing today, I love doing what I'm doing because of the wishes or the blessings or the regards or the guidance or the nudge or the support that I keep receiving from my friends, my people, as in whom I've been talking to, whether it's a storytelling or the writing forum, or my past experience. Yes, I've worked in the corporate for 15 years in the HR recruitment and employee engagement. I definitely want to make several seasons on my experience as a corporate, definitely. But all the places, wherever I have been there, it is the people, we might have a lot of systems and process, or we keep working on so many systems and process to bring about change in the organization or change in ourselves or whatever. But everything has got a basic element, words, and these words, when we string it together, a sentence, a paragraph, a story or a poem. So every story or every poem has a story in it, and what kind of a story that we are creating for ourselves is important than looking for others. Like always, I love quoting this example: when you are flying in a flight, the air hostess will first tell, help yourself before helping your neighbor. So I also feel we always need to first look at ourselves. I mean, it is not just about looking into the mirror and looking at how we look, but this is something beyond, because mirror's reflection, what we see is just our own reflection, our own eyes talking so many stories. And if we start collating each and every stories, we can definitely create loads and loads of series and novels and so many things. And yes, I heard you people. Mira, when are you gonna get our guest? Okay, I'm gonna be giving a sneak peek about our guest. About her, if I have to say before quoting her name, I've been in touch with her almost 3.5 or close to 3 years to 3.5 years. And how we came across through a common friend, and we both of us have something common. Yeah, the name is definitely, we both share Mira in our name. And what do I talk about her if I have to put it across? A lovely lady whom I connected with for the platform that I run, apart from Dino Innoices, which is known as Maya Katha, where Stories Done is a platform for stories and connecting stories with the storytellers. All of us are storytellers. So I reached out to her and we just picked up on a phone call, and she said, I would like to do series for you, Meena. That's how our conversation started, and till date, and I'm crossing fingers, this will always continue, because she is a person whom I reach out to, like, hey, I want to do this. Can I do this? What do I do this? And she's like, okay, first pause. She'll say first pause, and then, she'll make me realize about what I can do with my own resources. She does quite a bit, and it's my privilege, it's an honor. And I would love to say today we have Miss Renu Mira. Welcome, Renu Ma. That's how I like calling her. That's how I call her. Renu Ma, welcome, vanakkam.
Vanakkam, Mira. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction of mine. And Mira, you are the person whom I really always admire. Your language and the way you carry yourself in so many things. And the drawing recently you put on Facebook. So the full expression of your being. So be in your being. So that is Mira. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to express myself here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and about Maya Katha. Yes, I loved the series of all Maya Katha stories, and really there are so many fans of Maya Katha stories. I could hear that, and whenever I attend CSF meetings, so there people used to tell Mira Bharat's Maya Katha. So I'm really proud of you for so many things, and I literally follow your articles you write in so many platforms, like in Facebook and in other things. Like really, it really when we write something, it's very difficult to put everything from the heart on the paper. So, which you do it so easily. I could see the ease in that. So, it's a blessing. God bless you for this.
Thank you,
And now
Renu.
about myself. And about myself. See, for past 23 years, I'm in this field of counseling special parents. Initially, I started it as a service in so many special schools in Chennai, and I was so much connected to this special children, and I did my special education PG diploma. Like after my marriage, I did this, and I start my connection with the special parents. And so I always see that special children doesn't need any special counseling. Only the parents need it, because from the parents, if they accept the children, then there is no problem for the child to get along with the society. So this is what I felt. And after that, I did certain specialized courses, psychology courses related to this, and successfully I completed a few things. And one of my special other area is premarital counseling, which is like before being a parent, like they need to get aware of they are going to become a parent and how they need to handle it. So even before marriage. So the relationship management. So all this is very much important for me. So from there I started, and now at present I am here by God's grace, and this universe has supported me with this wonderful place where I am now. It's so blessed, and I do my own tailor-made method of mix up of few Reiki, pranic healing, and all this. So I do all this together in my own work, and I myself as transformation coach. So this is what I'm doing now. And the very important thing is, behind all this, there is a strong underlying thing, that is storytelling. Story really travels with us from our childhood till date. Everybody, each and every human has the story. Some stories they heard, some stories they see, some stories they smell, they breathe. So story is there with us. So that's how I feel. So that is the main thing. Like I took storytelling therapy also. It really works out in so many people's life.
True. So, I know how many lives you have helped, and absolutely, transformation is that word I would like to associate, because I've worked with you, wherein I've heard so many stories that you have shared, and I so definitely I can relate to what you are sharing, and so beautifully, you had just spun whatever you're doing in through those beautiful words just in few minutes. And but I would like to share with the audience that she does beyond this. She does beyond this, and let me just ask Renu Ma one question. Before that, dear audience, if you feel somewhere our voice is getting stretched or somewhere there is a lag, I so wish we can do the lot of editing, but when we edit at few places, the originality gets lost. So how beautiful it would be if you can travel with us, even if we have a little bit of imperfections in between this recording, because life is just not about being perfect all the time. It's about how we can carry ourselves. Because if you see, for example, I think it's the Chinese one, wherein they have this aspect of putting that golden dust on the broken vases. And Chinese or Japanese, whichever, I would like to go back and correct, definitely. But yes, there is this particular aspect. So similarly over here, our golden dust is Renu Ma in this show. So Renu Ma, I wish to see, I wish to know, like how you actually connect the story. You work with people wherein you've been involved in coaching or transforming using I also know that you're coming from the neuro-linguistic programming background, NLP techniques, storytelling, coaching, so many things. How would you connect storytelling and coaching people? Probably if you can get to know about that.
Wonderful question, Mira. See, there are so many problems in people's life. They come to me and say that, something, this has happened yesterday, and I'm going across all these things, and they are overfilled with so many incidents, so many things in their life. But first of all, they need to sit calm and they need to clarify that what happened, like the in sequence, they need to tell everything. So first of all, I'll make them sit and I'll make them tell their own story, like what exactly they are going through. Even for this, they take 2 to 3 days in the initial times, because it's not so easy as we say. Yeah. So telling their own story, there are so many people who really find it's very difficult to tell their own story. Like from you're asking my childhood, ma'am. Okay, then I think I did the schooling and I did the college and I studied here. So they are coming back and going back. So it's always, this is the problem they face when they tell their own story. So first of all, I'll make them sit and sequence wise I ask them, and then they realize, oh my God, sometimes people start realizing that, oh my God, I can understand, ma'am, there I left myself back somewhere. So this is what, here the story supports a lot. And there are so many stories we come across. That may be a film story, that may be a novel story, that may be a fiction or whatever. If we read that, we need to connect ourselves in any one of the character and see like how we will behave in that situation. So all this is needed. Absolutely. Reading a story and keeping it aside is something different. But in this way, if you get along with the stories, that itself will give you lots of benefit if you go through a story. So,
absolutely, Renu, like when you shared about this particular thing, right, childhood, and how a person actually pauses for such a long time, really to bring those memories back. I look at it in two ways. One is parking ourselves or parking our childhood in the basement, which is still rusting over there, and we are now gathering ourselves to get it back. That is one. And second thing, this is actually a true incident. I mean, not only with the person whom I was working with, but many of them have faced this. Like, for example, an incident that might have happened during their childhood, which would have lasted for not more than 15 minutes or 30 minutes. But today, when they are 35 or 40 for that matter, if we pivot 30, the incident might have happened when they were 6 or 7 or 8 for that matter. So if we pivot what they are running in their mind, the calculation, for example, 30 minutes into 365 days, into so many years, like if a person is 40 years old, the incident happened when he or she was 5 years old. So if we just calculate the hours they have spent in this mind just thinking about it, it has actually occupied the entire mind space. So
yes,
and that has been the holding factor. And they realize, oh my God, now I'm 40. This happened when I was at 5. Even it could be something like somebody scolding that child. It could be at home or a teacher. But there has been an incident where my friend, she says the teacher scolded her, and she has not shared that incident which happened at the age of 6 until she was 32. And that has been the holding factor. The question was, can you really do this? You didn't do your homework. So till today, this person thinks, if something has been given to her, she will first doubt herself, can you do it? And that can you do it is not her voice. She hears her teacher's voice. It may not be this teacher alone. It could be anyone in her life. So true. We park ourselves in our childhood, which is rusting over there.
True. One of my client, Mira, she is 57-year-old, and she used to get continuous knee pain.
Okay.
And she's somewhere from Trichy, and she came to my session. And when she was in her 7 years, when she was 7 year old, something happened in her life, and till date she's 57 now. And she was stuck in that moment where their own family were quarreled with each other, and her own uncle was about to beat her father. Some incident happened in one particular street in her village.
Okay.
After that, so many things happened. The same uncle came to her marriage and everything was going on very normal, but still that incident was really in their memory, and she couldn't come out from that memory. And after 57 years, after coming to my session, she cried. And she said, like, that is the incident where I was stuck. So
50 years.
50 years.
50 years. Let us, if we calculate 50 into 360, do we say 365 days for 50 years, and into the minute. So many hours we have given our mind for that 115 minutes. That 115 minutes, definitely I don't say we just have to just ignore, because life is all about multiplication and addition. Because we talk about subtraction, 4 in the mind, and then you go the reverse counting, or how many chocolates you ate. I ate so many. How much do you have? That works in in the school, or in probably in actual things. Subtraction in our mind never happens. We are just like that atomic or nuclear reactor. It goes in full swing.
Exactly. So this is the magic which happens storytelling in everyone's life.
Yes. And how beautifully, how will you make them sequence their story?
And for that, I need to sit with them for one day. There are so many people who couldn't connect with them. It's very difficult for them. So they say that, oh my God, from my childhood, ma'am, I don't remember. And later, something, Mira, they'll continuously sit for 2 to 3 hours to explain the childhood. But till now, it was not at all there in their mind. After I ask them, then they'll continuously say that. Slowly they say that, I don't know, ma'am, how I remember so much. It was there in their mind, subconscious mind. Slowly, when people ask, it comes out. So there are so much insight.
True.
So this is how it happens.
They say so many things happen between that age 5 and 10, or till 10, and till date, for example, or till today, we all of us are most probably the 10-year-old child within. Might be morphologically, or physically, or we want to say structure wise. We might have grown. We might be an adult as per the syllabus, but inside. The child needs a healing so beautifully. That's why I think our seniors, when I say our seniors could be from any field for that matter, they will always say, take care of the child inside you. But it didn't occur to me, Renu, for this realization I got when I started healing my childhood, the child within. That's when I felt, I was all these days talking about Mira, who was that 8 or 10-year-old. Who was actually scared of few things. And I've been just only that. And today when I took care of that child who's 8 or 10 years with some toffees and some good stories to her, she's able to put up with her age now.
That's true.
Oh God, love you.
And if we do continuously do this, this definitely helps our health to manage our inner self.
I think inner self needs that nourishment. The outer self automatically will go. Whether you color your hair or you don't color your hair, because I want to tell that because you can see the platinum strings on my hair. But if the inner self is taken care, I think you will really not worry about. I wouldn't say worry about. At least we will have that ability which we use to question ourselves, to deal with what is happening in the external also. So well said, so very said. Like I want to tell my audience, with Renu Mira, I don't have a full stop or a comma. That's the reason she always says, Mira, pause. So lovely. Renuma, I miss telling thank you because you spoke about Maya Katha in so many forums, and people also spoke to you about Maya Katha. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, like I said, thank you so much because you have been so much of support, because creating videos, creating stories. Do you want to tell the story that you created for Maya Katha?
I couldn't get you.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't get you.
Yeah. Do you want to share the stories that you shared with Maya Katha, the series, you remember?
Yes, very much. I'm Kurun Kaapiyangal and I'm Verum Kaapiyangal.
Exactly.
Yes, of course, very much. I always love those stories. And even that story is when I shared with my Kada after that. And I need to thank you for this because that was a very important thing in my this particular interest of stories. And you initiated that. And thank you so much for this because Tamil stories, there are so many very nice Kaapiyangal in Tamil stories. And if we share that, there are so many psychological thing we can take from those stories, like how they handle, how those period women had come across things and how they handled the situation. So all this really helped us a lot.
And you spoke about their courage, their valor, and how
exactly
powerful, right?
Yes, very true. Particularly in Mani Meghalai's story, because there are so many characters in Mani Meghalai. There are so many Adirai and Kaya Sandigai. All these characters, even the names, people will be quite difficult to pronounce even nowadays. But now, really, there are so many youngsters who are coming up with after those pandemic period when we were doing this in a very continuous process of all these stories. Then there are nowadays so many youngsters who are well aware of these stories, particularly Mani Meghalai, how she handled her life, her situations, and there was a romance, there was arguments, and there were so many difficult situations where she handled herself and also the others and her friend and Mani Meghalai's friend, I mean to say. So all these characters really, each character has their own way of handling their own life.
True.
So it was a big story.
Beautifully. You did it really.
Yes.
I mean, so beautifully you did it. And we had so many viewers for that and people writing to me and asking me to convey regards to you. Wow. They used to send me in Tamil. Renu Maka neenga solringla. It was very nice.
So nice.
Yeah.
And from there, Kundalakesi, it was also a Kaapiyam and Kundalakesi, Neelakesi. So all these stories really, we can see it in a psychological way, how women were there in those period and how they were handling situations. So in those situations when they could handle, why not we? Because now we have so much.
Exactly. We have so much and we are just like the Google search result, don't know which to pick.
See, you are from Bangalore and I'm from Chennai. We are easily connecting together.
Lovely. I really don't wish to end any of the shows which I start when I speak to my guests. So with you, Renuma, But yes, as I always say, every beginning comes to an end to start again. So what is that something that you want to share in few lines, like a message or an experience that you think, see, this is something I want to share. What is that?
Yes, I really have something to share with people. And before that, I would like to thank Mira for all the support you have doing for all these years to so many people, Mira. Because on your Facebook, when you share some paintings or some drawings, some emotional things, some connecting, and you are asking people to be in their being, which is very important. And knowingly or unknowingly, you are supporting so many people. Oh. And God bless you for that, Mira.
Thank you very much.
And now there is, yes. And I am also doing some as Renu Mira Tales. I have started a podcast, Renu Mira Tales.
Lovely.
And you can find that in Spotify also.
Okay.
And in that I'm doing some Jayakanthan. He's a wonderful writer, Tamil writer.
Yes.
And I am starting with Jayakanthan's short stories.
Okay.
So after that, I have an idea of sharing some psychological things with people, like how to handle and something like that. So which was my experience, I would like to share with people. And now, as you asked, there is a beautiful thing which I would love to share that in Tamil, Mira, because always the regional language will connect. Even though people don't understand. See, சில நேரங்கள்ல நம்ம வந்து நமக்கு வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு பொருள் இருக்கும் வீட்டுல, அது நமக்கு வேண்டாம். அப்போ நிறைய பேர் என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா அதை எடுத்து அடுத்தவங்களுக்கு வந்து கொடுக்குறாங்க. அந்த பொருளை அடுத்தவங்களுக்கு வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு கொடுக்கும் பொழுது இந்த இடத்துல இத நிறைய வெரைட்டிஸா நம்ம பிரிச்சு பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும், நமக்கு வேணாங்கிற பொருளை வீட்டுல வைக்க வேண்டாம், அது இன்னொருத்தங்களுக்கு கொடுத்தா அது அவங்களுக்கு புதுசு, அது அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம். அப்போ அதை எப்பவுமே வாங்கிக்கிற ஒரு பொசிஷன்ல இருக்கிற ஒரு யாராவது ஒருத்தருக்கு கொடுக்கறோம்னா அது வேற. சரியா? அவங்க ஆல்வேஸ் அந்த ரிசீவிங்ல இருப்பாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கறது தப்பு இல்லை. ஆனா சில நேரங்கள்ல நான் கடந்து வந்த ஒரு சில பேர் பண்ற தவறுகள் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்லுவேன். அது என்னன்னா, அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்க தெரியுமா, தன்னோட வீட்டுல தனக்கு வேண்டாம் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிற பொருளை இன்னொருத்தங்களுக்கு வந்து ஃபோர்ஸபிளா கொடுக்குறாங்க. வச்சுக்கோ, அது அவாய்டே பண்ண முடியாம வந்து அதை வாங்குற நிலைமைக்கு அவங்க தள்ளப்படுறாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு அது மனசளவுல பிடிக்கிறது இல்ல, ஆனாலும் அவங்க அதை வாங்குற நிலைமைக்கு தள்ளப்படுறாங்க. அதை வாங்குற நிலைமைக்கு வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறமா என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, இதை நீ உபயோகப்படுத்துறியா, நான் கொடுத்தனே அப்படின்னு வந்து அது ஒரு சபைக்கு நடுவுல அதை கேட்கறது. இது அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அது ஒரு தப்பாவே தெரியல, ஏன்னா நான் க்ளோஸா நினைச்சு கேக்குறேன் அப்படின்ற வார்த்தை அவங்க சொல்றாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி நம்ம தெரியாமலே பல பேரை வந்து ஹர்ட் பண்றோம். அந்த ஹர்ட்டிங் நல்லது இல்லை. அது அடுத்தவங்களை வந்துட்டு இப்ப நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல நம்மளையே நம்ம தொலைக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி யாரையோ நம்ம வந்து அவங்களையே அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்து தொலைய வைக்கிறோம். அவங்க வாழ்க்கையில அவங்க கடந்து போய் ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு அன்னைக்கு எனக்கு இப்படி ஒரு நடந்தது அப்படின்னு சொல்ற நிலைமையில நம்ம ஒருத்தங்களை இழுத்து பிடிச்சிட்டு நிறுத்துறோம். இது சரியில்லை. இது வந்து நம்ம எல்லாரும் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஒருத்தங்க வேணும்னு கேட்டா நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற வேண்டாததை தாராளமா கொடுக்கலாம். வாங்கி கொடுக்கறதுங்கிறதுக்கு வந்து அது வேற விஷயம். ஆனா நமக்கு வேண்டான்னு ஒரு பொருளை ஒருத்தங்க மேல திணிக்க கூடாது. கேட்டா கொடுக்கலாம், அப்படி இல்லைன்னா வேணுமான்னு கேட்டுட்டு கொடுக்கறதுங்கிறத வந்து அடுத்த படியா வச்சுக்கலாம். அதையும் தாண்டி கொடுக்கறதையும் தாண்டி நீ அதை உபயோகப்படுத்துறியான்னு கேக்குறது வந்து ஒருத்தங்க மேல நம்மளோட விஷயத்தை போட்டு திணிக்கிற மாதிரி.
திணிக்கிறது is the right word. ரேணுமா, திணிக்கிறதுன்றது வந்து கரெக்டான வேர்ட் நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணது. Just to I wouldn't say the translation சொல்லிட்டு நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன். Just to give a sneak peek நம்மளோட ஆடியன்ஸ்க்கு. So what Renuma was sharing in Tamil, it was like so many times we have so many things at our house which we might not use, and somewhere we feel that this particular item or this particular product that we have something at home, we need to give it to someone. I mean, it could be like a pattern of discarding things, but if we are giving something to someone, does that person who is going to receive really need it? That's something we need to ask. And we forcefully, in the name of clearing it from our house, and we give it to them and go back and again check with them who with lots of hesitation has taken that what you have given, to check, are you really using what I gave you? Are you really okay with what is that? So this could be one or two products, it could be anything, but it could be, for example, ideas also. It happens everywhere. Let me give an example, a classic example in a corporate for that matter. We have a team, we have a team manager, and the team is actually not ready to take the idea which the manager is giving. But the manager forcefully puts that idea in the team's mind and says that you have to do this project in this way only. But what does the team do? Okay, my manager is telling, or my reporting manager is telling, I have no other choice and I have to do it only this way. The output or the outcome will be drastically affected. So it's some communication is something, as we say, it's a two-way, right? It's like a vector quantity, we call it as. It's two-way. We need to if we want to give something, it could be a material, or it could be our thoughts also. Very important that we check. We want to give. Do you really want to take that? Just because we want to clear our inbox, we cannot stuff that into or dump it into. திணிக்கப்படுவது என்பது தமிழ்ல we call it, in English as dumping. We just dump it into others' mind and their space. Correct, Renuma?
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome. It's so true. How much ever we speak in a language which connects most of them. Like, for example, English is one of the language which most of them speak. Reached a language, we all started speaking English at a later stage. We started reading ABCD at a very early stage. But whatever we read, we translated that from our mother tongue or from the regional languages that we have grown with. So I wish to say that Dino and Oasis, yes, most of my shows are in English because many people from different languages, could be from India or outside India, have been listening to it and they've been writing to it. I also wish to say that this platform is something where we can have a bilingual connect also. It could be English and Tamil like we had today. It could be English and Hindi, English and Kannada, or English and Malayalam if you can really bear with me what I'm going to be talking. So lovely, Renu ma'am. Nandri. It's always pleasure connecting with you. Thank you for coming over, and it's lovely. It's lovely. Wonderful discussion we've had. And to our audience, this is your Mira here signing off today with this episode with Miss Renu Mira ma'am. I will be definitely sharing about her website and also the podcast links. Definitely you guys need to listen to what she's sharing. So I will be sharing that link in the description of this podcast, which will be available not only in Anchor and Spotify, in several other mediums also. Having said that, I wish to add a purpose that I live with, because that has actually kind of helped me do whatever I'm doing. Because every day we do it, like step by step. So I live with this purpose that, the words and the emotions put into a story can create that emotional and mental well-being. So I believe in transforming the words and emotions into stories that could create that emotional and mental well-being. And that is the reason people asked me yesterday, a couple of them wrote me a mail, why are you running this podcast? I paused for a while, Renuma, and then I realized that I do it for my own self. Because I feel the voice has a power. The voice has a power because the words have a power. With that, I wish to say thank you for coming over, and to all of you, see you soon with yet another episode of season 2 here in Kaapi. Yes, I love to say coffee as Kaapi and Conversations. And season 3, yes, there are some letters that I've been writing to my soul scribers. You can grab a listen and share your thoughts also. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.